Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. The sun is in Sagittarius today. Sag is often characterized as a sign for wanderlust. Sagittarius suns can appear to be up for any kind of adventure, especially the kind that gets them out into the world and gives them an opportunity to connect with the nature of a place. Don't make the mistake, however, of thinking all this wandering is aimless or that it indicates a vacant state of mind. The adventures we are called to under Sagittarius sun are part of a philosophical quest for truth and understanding. We may not always know what we were searching for, but once we find it, the journey will have been well worth having trusted our instinct to roam. The moon is in Libra all day today, and Libra brings out our loving kindness and our love of beauty. We're officially allergic to drama when it comes to our hearts and our homes. And this waning crescent moon phase energy bids us to release those worn out props, clothes, attitudes, and notions that no longer work for us. So you can make room for some new props, clothes, attitudes, and notions to come in after the new moon on Friday. So let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into any further interpretations. I have prepared a legend of the symbols we'll be looking at today so that we can start with an idea of some of the energies that will be at play. Forever at the top of our list is the sun. The sun represents our outer life. That is who we are when we step out the door, the person that people get to know when they first meet us, and how we engage in our social, work, and civic spheres. Then we have the moon. The moon represents our inner life. That is our relationship with ourselves, how we feel, what we know, our intuitions, and also how we engage in our domestic sphere. Chiron is here today, and Chiron represents healing, or our ability to heal, how to heal. Mercury is on the board. I'm having a little trouble keeping this straight today. Mercury is on the board today, and that represents our intellect, especially our day-to-day thoughts and communications, the plans we do and the plans we make and the traveling around we do. Venus represents love and money, or in other words, how do you relate to those people and things that you value the most? Neptune represents our relationship to the human collective, or where do you stand in the flow of the human spirit? Saturn represents our responsibilities, basically, those structures that we create to maintain our lifestyles and the responsibilities we take on to maintaining those structures. Pluto is on board, and Pluto represents extremes. That's like the endings and beginnings of stories, deaths and rebirths, but also think of the emotional, intuitive depths. Jupiter's here, and Jupiter represents growth, positive expansion, good fortune, positive vibrations. And Mars is on board today, representing our sense of initiative, our personal get up and go, the things that drive us and make us passionate. Tuesday is also ruled by the planet Mars, which is why I've got all these Mars signs up here. As for the aspects we'll be dealing with today, we have some trines on the board today. Trines are very positive, and they represent harmonious energies, so the things that we do under those aspects usually have good outcomes. We have some squares out here today. Square represents the potential for challenges. Challenge is not really outright conflict, like where you get polarized against somebody and you can't see eye to eye. It's really more the kind of challenge where you just kind of have to stop and make sure everything is okay, take a deep breath, and keep going. And sextile is here. Sextile represents cooperation. It's a positive energy that is generative and dynamic, so it creates something out of the interaction. And signs of mention today on the board are Sagittarius and Libra, our sun and moon signs. So, with all of that said, I have divided our aspects into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon side sheds light on our nights, and it sets the tone for our emotional experiences and our domestic relations. The moon moves very quickly, creating many brief aspects that represent ambient energies that may produce moods and other internal experiences for us throughout the course of the day. The sun, on the other hand, sheds light on our days, and I address the rest of the planets on this side because these aspects take longer and they have more of an impact on our actions and interactions out in the world. And we start with the sun today. In our ongoing column, we're still looking at this Saturn sextile Chiron until about the 10th of December. So, advice on Saturn sextile Chiron: check your natal Chiron placement so that you have an idea what ideas you're working on healing within your own life. This is your practical magic opportunity, because once you know what you've been working on, you can apply what you've learned from your personal healing journey to reinforce your domestic, civic, social, and professional foundations. Today is day 2 of 4 for Mars trine Neptune. This very positive aspect activates our ability to feel good in our bodies, especially in the company of others. We're creative and we seek collaboration with community. And we all find a way to feel somewhat charming and attractive, so that calls in some very positive attention and affection. Today is day 2 of 2 for Mercury trine Chiron. This has been a brief opportunity for us to gain insight into new ways to deal with our everyday problems and blockages. It is easier than usual today to learn from our past mistakes and gain a new perspective. Take this opportunity to collaborate with others as our ideas become real solutions, especially when we share them. And today is also day 2 of 2 for Mercury sextile Saturn. This aspect indicates that we're likely to have clear and cognizant perspectives. The increased good judgment today may allow us to finish some project that is important to our progress. As for today, I give all of these aspects in Central Standard Time. At 8:38 in the morning, today the sun goes trine with Chiron. Our thoughts and plans are being smiled upon, so trust your gut. Share about your personal goals with someone you trust. They may provide some assistance you weren't counting on. This aspect lasts about 1 day. Trust your gut and share goals with a friend. And if you do that, if you trust your gut and you share your goals with a friend, something really positive is bound to come out of it. Then at 8:54 a.m., not even 20 minutes later, Mercury reaches its aphelion. So let's draw our little orbit picture. This would be where Mercury is on its orbit around the sun there. Mercury's orbit around the sun takes only 88 days. So that is the time that it takes for Mercury to come back to its aphelion, or the farthest point on its orbit from the sun. Aphelion is interpreted as a decreased influence, So this would be the point of Mercury's very least amount of effect on our daily lives. Our intellect, our day-to-day thoughts, plans, and communications, these things are still a part of our lives, but their importance today may seem less profound. Or we may slow our pace, giving our thoughts and plans some time to simmer. So, reduced influence and reduced pace of things, because Mercury speeds things up. It gets us thinking and moving as quickly as possible. And then at 2:46 p.m., Venus makes a sextile with Neptune. Under this 4-day aspect, we are a lot more sensitive and sensual than usual. This is a good time to adorn ourselves, to buy ourselves and our loved ones gifts that add to the sense of ease and luxury in our bodies and in our home spaces. Our sexual activities can benefit from these sensitive vibes, with the potential to make the experience practically spiritual. The kinds of people we attract at this time will be gentle and loving. So we have about 4 days. Increased sensitivity and sensuality, friends. Take advantage of that. And then at 5:14 this evening, the sun will run sextile to Saturn. These are keywords from Astrology King: patience, perseverance, and a strong work ethic. The spotlight is on those responsibilities we take the most seriously. We're determined to make progress, and our efforts are likely to generate great outcomes. This lasts about 1 day. What were those keywords? Patience, perseverance, and strong work ethic. Rewarded. Okay, that's the sun side of the page. As for the moony moods side of the page, at 1:56 p.m., the moon runs square to Venus. We may feel like we desire love and affection, but we are challenged by a potential to sabotage the moment with moody or self-indulgent thoughts or behaviors. Want love, self-sabotage, moody, self-indulgent. So really you have a choice there whether you want to indulge yourself in your moody mood or your self-indulgence, your selfish feelings, or do you want to be able to receive affection from the people around you, especially in your heart and home. Then this evening at 9:43 p.m., the moon makes a square also with Pluto. Pluto is the planets for depths and extremes, so watch out again for moody depths of emotion or impulsive behaviors that come across as extreme. Look out for moody and emotional extremes. And then for a change of pace, at 10:19, which is just a half hour later, the moon makes a trine with Jupiter. So this should really make it easy for us to manage this tendency toward emotional extremes. But don't forget that joy can also be an emotional extreme. The moon trine Jupiter is a very positive aspect. This is a void, of course, moon. That marks the last aspect it will make in the sign of Libra. This aspect is like a complete 180 to the other one. We enjoy good moods and we feel social and friendly, and our interactions are all likely to be very positive. Positive vibes, baby. Great way to end out the evening. So, today's lunar energy signature, I think, invites us to truly see some of the things we sometimes do to sabotage ourselves. Knowing our own emotional patterns this way can help us ease our way through these challenges without causing ourselves any upset in the heart and home. We will have an opportunity to relax and enjoy this evening, and it would be a shame if today's impatience got in the way of that. Coming up this week, Neptune is stationing to go direct tomorrow, bringing us the opportunity to turn the spiritual growth we've undergone over the last 6 months outward into the world. And the new moon on Friday will be in curious, intelligent, adventurous Sagittarius, which is incidentally our current Sun and Mercury sign. So go Sag. Hey, also, a question was brought up for me last week that I want to address, and that question was this: do the aspects vary according to your sign? Which is a great question, actually, and I want to address it for anyone who wants to hear. I was planning to do that at the end of an episode, but instead I'm going to create a separate video. I encourage you to look for that video titled, Do the Aspects Vary According to Your Sign, right here on the Old Girl channel, coming up very soon. And that's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects and astrological weather forecast for Tuesday, November 30, 2021. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up here for about 30 seconds so that you can have time to look it over. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. My name is Melanie Rose, and I will see you back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.